Same trick, two different stances. Regular, switch, fakie, nollie. My name's Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today, I'm gonna teach you all of the skateboard stances. What does it mean? How does it work? What is it all about? This I find to be one of the hardest things to explain in all of skateboarding. I was trying to explain this to my wife for a very long time. I don't think we ever got there. I'm gonna try and explain it like this, and I hope this doesn't confuse anybody. So there are 2 ways to ride your skateboard and 4 different ways in which you can do skateboard tricks. The 2 ways you can ride your skateboard are goofy and regular. What that means is when you very first start skating, I always tell people probably the easiest way to do this is to run on ice or something and slide your feet and figure out which foot you push forward. If you are more comfortable running and sliding on ice with your right foot forward, well done, congratulations, you are a goofy skater. Goofy means your right foot is forward. That is what we will call, and this is where it gets really confusing, we will call it your regular stance, right? Now, this is why it's confusing. If you run and slide with your left foot forward, you're regular. Wait, what? So 2 stances. So you have left foot forward, which is regular, and right foot forward, which is goofy. So you have 2 ways to ride a skateboard, regular or goofy. Now, when you add tricks in there, let's say I'm doing a kickflip, and somebody could say, was that regular or was that switch? It's kind of similar to being right-handed or left-handed. I'm right-handed, I write with my right hand. And so that would be writing my name, let's say writing my name regular. Now if I was to take a pen in my left hand, this would be like writing switch. I hope I didn't lose every single person. It's the hardest thing to explain. We're just gonna have to show you. But for me to put my right foot forward and do an ollie, this is my regular stance. Now if I'm gonna turn around and do an ollie, this is called switch. It's much more difficult. So you're riding regular, which is comfortable for you. It's basically like all based on what is comfortable and what is uncomfortable. So comfortable, regular, turn around, uncomfortable, switch. So those are the 2 ways. So if you were left foot forward and you're going this way, left foot forward, it would look like this. Regular ollie, and then you turn around, switch ollie. So switch is much more difficult. It's far harder. It's literally like, imagine writing a whole page with your right hand and then switch hands and write a whole page with your left hand. You're like, whoa, that was way harder. I believe there are people that can do this very well, and they're called like, what's the word? Ambidextrous. I'm gonna have to spell check and fact check that word, ambidextrous. Ambidextrous, which basically means you can do it both ways. Right-handed, left-handed, you could just right. I guess it'd be like this. Incredibly hard to do that. So skateboarding is similar. Regular, turn around, switch. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty easy to understand. If you just go on the regular switch, that's all you're talking about. But now we have this weird thing where you could either pop off the tail, or you could be going forward and pop off the nose. Whoa, what? No, wait, what? Yes, off the nose. Regular ollie, it's called an ollie. Ollie off the nose, it's called a nollie. So you go, okay, why is it called a nollie? Because it's a nose ollie. All right, that we get, okay? But now you turn around, you're going this way, and it's called a fakie ollie. It is not, and I'm going to repeat this again, it is not called a switch nollie. It's just not. It's called a fakie ollie. So any trick done from that position, you'll put the word in front of it, fakie. Fakie ollie, fakie shove it, fakie kickflip. It's a fakie. It's the fakie stance. So 2 ways to ride a skateboard, regular and goofy. Once you get those down, then there are 4 ways in which to pop your tricks. And this is based on which side of the board is hitting the ground, which side of the board is creating that pop. Regular, switch, nollie, and fakie. I'm going to give you 1,000 examples, maybe not 1,000, but we're gonna do a bunch of different tricks so you guys can see which stance is what, and you can call your tricks properly. This is why I think it's really good in games of skate when they call the trick and they say, okay, I'm gonna do a fakie kickflip. I'm gonna do a nollie kickflip, and you can see an untrained eye looking at a skateboarder will see no difference between a fakie kickflip and a nollie kickflip. But if you're trained and you know what you're looking at, you'll pay attention to which foot is forward, and you'll have to know the stance of that skater. Some skaters are so good that they can do every trick in every stance and make it all look just as good, just as easy, and it's basically impossible to tell which stance is the most comfortable for them. And I guess that would be like a very good key thing that you would be trying to go for. Regular kickflip, switch flip, fakie flip, nollie flip. All looking good, all looking great. You know, if you're calling the tricks, I honestly don't care what you call them. If a beginner skateboarder is out there and there's something that he calls a trick that communicates to him and his friends understand it, even if the trick is called something incorrect, it's not that big of a deal. But with knowing what the tricks are called, I think it can help you learn the tricks faster, and you're watching these skate videos and it'll help you understand it more. And it'll help you understand how difficult some of these tricks are. You see somebody and they do a backside flip and you're like, okay, that's good. And then they do it right after, switch backside flip. You're like, okay, well that's even better than good. That's great. Another thing that's kind of weird in skateboarding is some tricks are easier switch than regular, which is just this weird thing that happens. There's certain tricks that just seem to be easier switch. Like Glowboarder, for example, he has switch front big spins all day, but regular front big spins, no. It's a hard one, but switch front big spins, he can do it. Might be easier on the switch front pop shove it, might be easier because he lands regular, who knows? Doesn't really matter, but the point of this is to learn the names of tricks, get it down, and learn something new. Another good question that I get asked is if you're skating nollie, should you be off the nose? You might not even notice, but a lot of boards have a little graphic down here which generally shows the tail. So for me, my skateboard right here, this is my nose. It's generally shaped a little bit wider and the tail is generally tapered a little bit more. This again is all personal preference. Me personally, when I'm doing nollie tricks, I always do them off the nose. And when I'm doing fakie tricks, I always do them off the tail. I like to be on my board like this, skating regular going that way, and it doesn't matter if I'm going that way skating regular, going that way skating fakie. So if I'm doing a switch ollie, I do it off the nose. I'm gonna use the same side of the board. It's where I got comfortable. It's how it works for me. But a lot of people switch it around. And some people skate regular off the tail. Those people, some of them are really amazing. Just is what it is. Do your own thing. Some boards have literally no difference between the nose and the tail. So there you go. Now you've learned something new. The more you know. Another good thing about the different stances and learning them well is if you get really good at, let's say, kickflips, and then you learn them fakie, then you learn them nollie, then you learn them switch. Now, in a game of skate, you have 4 kickflip variations. If all you have is regular kickflips, you only got 1. Yeah, is it harder to learn those other ones? Sure, it is. It's not that much harder as long as you do them on a gradient. The gradient would be regular, fakie, and then switch, nollie. I'll just let you decide which one's easier for you. You could either learn switch or nollie first. Might be a nollie flip and then go ahead and learn the switch flip. You got all 4. That's SKAT. One trick could take somebody out and you only need 1 more letter. That's it. You know, giving you all the advice I can. All right, guys, so here's a good example. I skate goofy, which means I put my right foot forward. Uzi skates regular, which means he puts his left foot forward. Go ahead, give a push. Left foot forward, and then me, right foot forward. Do you see the difference? Go ahead, skate around. Do a regular ollie. Same trick, 2 different stances. 2 different ways of riding. See how confusing it is? It's so confusing. Okay, so goofy, regular. Now we're gonna show you the 4 different stances. Most everybody here is goofy, right? Yeah, a bunch of goofy people and skaters. All right, let's do regular ollie first. You ready? See, we're going the same direction, but Uzi's back is facing you. Now, we will do a switch ollie, which would literally be me riding regular, turning, switch, switch, ollie. Now, we're going to do a nose ollie, nollie. He almost fell, but nobody was looking, that's okay. Last but not least, the fakie ollie, which is like going switch off the nose. Regular, switch, fakie, nollie. The 4 stances of skateboarding. Generally, this would be how it would break down. So let's say you learn kickflip. The easiest kickflip will be the regular kickflip. Now, because you're already good at flicking with that foot, what's the next easiest kickflip? Fakie. You got it! Fakie kickflip. This is like Blue's Clues meets skateboarding. Fakie kickflip. Now what's the next easiest? You got it! Nollie kickflip. Now what's the hardest kickflip? Depends. This is up for debate. This is where it starts to get real debatable. Nollie or switch could be either way. Switch kickflip. That is the 4 stances of kickflips. Regular, fakie, switch, nollie. Not in the order I did them in, but the 4 stances. You get it? Is it confusing? Leave it in the comments below. We're gonna do a bunch of tricks and a bunch of different people in different stances. Before we get started on that, we're gonna tell you what stances we are. I'm Goofy by skateboarding and in life. Gabe?
I'm Goofy.
Gabe is Goofy. If you see him do any switch tricks in here, shout it out in the comments below.
Goofy.
Mowgli is Goofy. And Daniel Uzi Walker here is the only skater at Braille that's regular. I hope you guys learned something new from this video. If you have any other questions or want us to cover any tutorials, leave it in the comments below. We'll read it, we got you, we are listening, and yeah, we'll help you out. We're trying to teach as many people to learn how to skate as possible. So you can go to brailleskateboarding.com/LTSC, stands for Learn to Skate Challenge, and you can submit your tricks and you can be featured on the Braille Instagram. So we're teaching everyone, the whole world, how to skate. So if you know someone who's trying to learn how to skate, share this video with them and we'll get them started. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn how to ride a skateboard. We got you. Everything you need is at brailleskateboarding.com.